Welcome, everyone, to Bobcat Baseball. We've got baseball this afternoon between Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College, we'll call them ABAC, against the Bobcats from Pasco-Hernando State College. ABAC Stallions come in at 2-6 on the year, while Pasco-Hernando State College comes in at 4-7. The Bobcats have lost 3 in a row. They're looking to get back in the win column today. This will be the first game of a doubleheader. First game is scheduled for a 2 o'clock start. We're right on time for that. And then the second game is scheduled for a 5 p.m. start. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the YouTube broadcast. For the Bobcats, they'll have on the mound Michael Savarese. He's got a 4.91 ERA, 3 outings, total of 11 innings. He's 1-1, 1 win, 1 loss. And in those 11 innings, 19 Ks and only 2 bases on balls. So he throws strikes. And he'll face the Stallion lineup. First hitter will be Kenton Collier from the center fielder from ABAC that will lead off. We'll be here with the first pitch in just a minute. Kenton Collier steps in now, left-handed hitter, leadoff hitter for the Stallions. He comes in hitting .267 on the year, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Savarese, first pitch on the corner. Good pitch by him. 1 strike. Ball's in the dirt to even the count at 1-1. For those of you not familiar with Pasco-Hernando State College, we do have a artificial turf infield and a natural grass outfield. Savarese hits the corner again, so 1-2 count. Natural grass outfield, and we do have pretty standard dimensions except for right field. That right field is a little bit of a short porch for these left-handed hitters. Count evens at 2-2. Right field line is only 308. So a left-handed hitter that pulls the ball has got a good chance of getting it out of here. A little bit of wind actually pushing the ball to left field today, but not much. As that ball's fouled away. Not much to really affect too much today. Of course, the night game, you'll see our beautiful lights. We have Musco lighting here at Pasco-Hernando State College, and the field with the wooded backdrop looks real magical at night. So Collier works the count, full count. Good job by the leadoff hitter. Want to make sure that pitcher throws plenty of pitches. And that ball's bounced up the middle, and on this turf, that'll definitely go through for a base hit. Good start for ABAC here in the first with their leadoff hitter on. That'll bring out Bowman Horn. He's the second baseman today for ABAC, hitting .214 on the year. Ball goes low inside. Collier with a pretty good lead over there. He's got 1 foot on the turf. On the green part of the turf. The brown part's turf too, but he's got 1 foot in that green section, which indicates a pretty good lead. Savarese working hard here, 2-0 count. Of course, he'd love to throw a 2-hopper here to the shortstop, try to turn 2. There's a 3-hopper to the shortstop, and they do turn it. So the Bobcats looking like they might be in trouble in the first. Get the 3-hopper they wanted to shortstop. They turn 2. Now it's 2 outs. Nobody on. C.J. Rose will step in, the DH for ABAC today, hitting .321. He does have a home run and 6 RBIs. So we know CJ Rose has got that power to hit this short porch here. Savarese evens the count, 1-1. Good pitch there on the outside corner. 1-2 now the count. 2 outs here in the first. If you're just joining us, ABAC was able to get a single from Kenton Collier to lead off the game, but the Bobcats turned a double play. And CJ Rose fouls that ball off. Yeah, that ball skied up, and I think the shortstop for the Bobcats will take a shot at that. And he puts it away. D. Altrui with the put out. So that'll do it for ABAC in the first. They do put a runner on, which was eliminated with the double play. So it winds up being a 1-2-3 inning, and the Bobcats will be coming up to the hit. On the mound for ABAC will be Jordan Stevens. He comes in with a 3.97 ERA. He's had 3 outings, 1 win, 1 loss on the season, 11.1 innings, and he's got 16 Ks and 5 base on balls in those 11 innings. Something you should know about the Bobcats, they do lead the nation in home runs. This is a big home run hitting lineup. They also like to be very aggressive on the base pass. First pitch in is a strike from Stevens. Leading off for the Bobcats is Dylan DeGespy. He's the center fielder. Ash, Drew Rothschild, and Joe Cooney. Those are your 3 scheduled hitters. Jason Cash takes a strike on the corner. He's got power. He's got 3 home runs and 10 RBIs on the season. Savarese falling behind now, 2-1 the count. No outs here in the second. Cash swings through that pitch, evens the count at 2-2. And for the second straight inning now, Savarese goes full count on the leadoff hitter of the inning. Have to keep an eye on his pitch count. He's threw a lot of pitches in the first inning. Good cut there by Cash. He fouls it straight back. And an off-speed pitch, but doesn't get enough of the plate. Cash will go to first on the walk, and that'll bring up Rothschild. Rothschild coming in hitting 185 early on the season. Bobcats again will look for that nice two-hopper on this artificial turf, try to turn a double play like they did in the first inning. Ball skied off to the right side, but not enough room over there. That'll be out of play. Off-speed pitch misses up high, so the count will be 1-2. Good job by these ABAC Stallion hitters. They're making Savarese work hard here in these first couple innings. Scoreboard has a count of 1-2, but I'm pretty sure the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yes, it is. Now they've adjusted it. Another one fouled out of play to the right side. Not much room down the foul lines here at Pasco-Hernando State College. See a lot of balls out of play. That ball's hit off the hands. Don't know if it's hit hard enough for 2. There's 1, and they get 2. Good job by the Bobcat middle infielders there, turning that over quickly. Really didn't look like a double play ball because it was hit so softly, but swings through that one. For those of you not familiar with Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College, they have about 3,700 students. Their home campus is out of Tifton, Georgia. They do offer a decent amount of 4-year degrees. And a check swing, and he does go. 1-2 the count. They do offer a lot of athletic programs. Seems like they have a really nice campus. They do have residential housing at their college. And it looks like a really nice college up there in Tifton, Georgia. That ball swung on, tipped, and Bobcat catcher Tolentino able to hold on. So that'll do it for the Stallions here in the second inning. And the Bobcats will come up in the bottom half of the second in a few minutes. Bottom of the second inning here at Pasco-Hernando State College. It'll be Luke Dickerson, Eddie Tolentino, and Daniel Busat for the Bobcats. They went down 1-2-3 in the first. Jordan Stevens on the mound for ABAC Stallions, and his first pitch. Going to be a strike on the corner. Stevens looks like he's throwing well. He's got good command. And he's definitely staying away from the left-handed hitters, which is good here at Pasco-Hernando State College because of the short porch there in right field. Dickerson coming in, hitting .286, does have 1 home run and 8 RBIs. He fouls that one off the left side, evens the count now at 2-2. Dickerson working the count full. 3-2 here, no outs, second inning. The ball's looped into left. That's going to be caught. So it hangs up for the left fielder. That's Cameron Campbell out there in left. Puts it away. 1 out in the second. Eddie Tolentino stepping in for the Bobcats. Tolentino comes into the game hitting .273. He's got 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. Pitch misses, so 1-1 the count. Ball fouled away. 1-2 count here with 1 out in the second. Check swing, they say he did not go, so that'll work the count to 2-2 here. Ball's chopped softly, going to be a short hop. Nice play. Second out of the inning. Daniel Busat will step in, .310 on the year so far with 1 home run, 6 RBIs. And that ball goes behind Busat. That'll be ball 1. If the inning continues, Bryce Habuda is on deck. Two-0 count. Bobcats still looking for their first base runner. They've gone down 1-2-3 in the first, and they've gone 1-2 here in the second. Jordan Stevens on the mound for the ABAC Stallions. He's doing a good job throwing strikes. Three-one the count now with 2 outs here in the second. So the Bobcats will have their first base runner. That's a 2-out walk as Busat goes down to first, and Bryce Habuda, the second baseman, will step in for the Bobcats. Good cut by Habuda. Doesn't come up with anything, though. 1-1 the count. Off speed pitch, just misses the corner. 2-1 to count. Bobcats trying to make Stevens work a little bit. Now a 3-1 count. 3-1's your count. 2 outs here in the second. And Stevens loses Habuda. He'll go to first. So now runners at first and second for the Bobcats. Anthony Cole stepping in, the left fielder for the Bobcats. Going to have a little bit of a mound visit with Wyatt Talek, the catcher for the Stallions, going out to talk to his pitcher, Stevens. Just maybe wanting to give him a little bit of a breather or two. Stevens working hard, throwing a lot of pitches here in the second inning. Might just want to get him to settle down a little bit, throw some strikes. Cole steps in. Good opportunity here for the Bobcats. A lot of games come down to 2 out base hits with runners in scoring position, and that's the case here. Off-speed pitch misses. Good fastball there, though, on the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Ball's up high. 2-1 the count. 2 outs here in the second. Good opportunity here for the Bobcats. If the inning continues, number 10, Dario Castillo is on deck. Ball fouled away. 2-2 count now. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Just misses. 3-2. So with 3-2 count and 2 outs, the Bobcats on the base pass will be on the move. ABAC may have to go the long way on a ground ball with the runners on the move. Ball's fouled away. So everybody's got to go back, and we'll do it again. Yeah, with the base runners in motion, sometimes those balls hit to the left side. May have to go the long way all the way to first base to get the put out. And, of course, with a base hit to the outfield, good chance to score with the base runner on second on the move. Fouled away again. So Anthony Cole not making friends with his teammates on the base pass. They've already done 2 sprints, and they got to go back and get ready for another one. Oh, a good pitch there by Jordan Stevens. He gets out of trouble with a good pitch to strike out Cole. So the Bobcats put a couple runners on, but they can't score. And at the end of 2 innings, no score. We go to the top of the third. No score here at Pasco-Hernando State College. First pitch fouled away. Cameron Campbell is in the box for the Stallions. He comes in hitting 300. Good pitch on the outside corner. 0-2 count. No outs here in the third. Ooh, that one goes all the way to the backstop. That might have been one that just came a little bit out of the grip of Savarese, the pitcher for the Bobcats. Oh, swung on and missed. So Campbell goes down swinging, and that'll bring up Wyatt Talek, the catcher. One and one count to Wyatt Talek. He does come into the game hitting .333 on the season. And good pitch by Savarese. One and two the count, one out, nobody on here in the third. And another strikeout. So Savarese coming out here and throwing good in the third. 2 outs now. And the batter will be Quentin Rawls, the shortstop. If you're just joining us, just one hit in the game. That was ABAC. The leadoff hitter, Kenton Collier, led off the game with a single. We've had a couple of base on balls, but other than that, it's been good pitching here on both sides. No score in the top of the third with 2 outs. Ball's hit up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. So Quentin Rawls with the second hit for ABAC. He'll be on first base with 2 outs. And back to the top of the order with Kenton Collier. He's the other hitter with the base hit today. 2 outs, runner at first. Ground ball to short, and that'll do it for ABAC. So at the end of 2.5, still no score here at Withlacoochee River Electric Park in Newport Richey, Florida.
And welcome back. Going to the bottom of the third inning. Steve Erling covering for Dr. Robert Bade. 0-0 game here. Castillo leading off for the Bobcats. Go back to the top of the order here shortly. Got a 1-1 count. Bobcats looking to get something going here in the bottom of the third. Jordan Stevens on the mound for ABAC. Seemed to struggle a little bit with his control last inning, but got out of a big jam there in the second. Ground to the shortstop. Got 6-3. Go back to the top of the order. Dylan DeGespie is now batting. Struck out his first at bat. DeGespie is hit by a pitch. So runner on first, one out here. Jake DeTruy is now batting. Grounded out his first at bat. Got Aiden Korn on deck. Good pitch on the outside corner. Got a 1-1 count with one out. Fouled off, out of play. We got 1-2. The payoff pitch, curveball up high. 2-2 count, one out. And we go 3-2. Let's see if Coach Coleman puts them in action here at first base. Try to get something going, maybe find a gap here. And just outside, ball four. So we have first and second with Aiden Korn coming up to bat. Korn grounded out his first at bat, hitting .405 on the season. And we have a visit to the mound here. On a beautiful day for baseball. Moved up to a doubleheader today with impending rain tomorrow. Hopefully we can get that single game in tomorrow at noon. ABAC came into the game with the 2-6 record. Pasco-Hernando 4-7. We're back to action here. Bobcats had runners on first and second. We got one out. Korn, the leading home run hitter on the team with 5 home runs. Got a nice wind kind of blowing out the left field. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And fouled off. We got 0-2 count. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Another breaking ball. Strike 3 looking. 2 down now for the Bobcats with runners on first and second. Luke Dickerson is now up. Flied out his first at bat. Looking for that big 2-out hit here for the Bobcats. Ball 1, fastball outside. Nice cut there by Luke. Got a 1-1 count with 2 out. Got 2-1, 2 outs. If you joined us late, Luke came into the game batting .286 on the year. Looking for a pitch in this 2-1 count to drive. Yeah, nice cut there. We got a 2-2 count with 2 outs. We got Stevens with the pitch. Ball 3. 3-2 count, 2 outs. Runners will be going. And the payoff pitch. Ground ball to shortstop. Bobbles it a little bit, but makes a strong throw to retire the side. We still have a 0-0 game as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Still on the mound for the Bobcats. Yes. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fouled off, 0-2. Nice picks by Savarese for a strikeout there on Bowman Horn. C.J. Rose now comes to the plate. Like to welcome Dr. Bob Bade back to the booth, your play-by-play announcer.
Our audience has grown since you took over.
And the pitch. Fly ball to left field. Backing up, the wind blowing out a little bit. And we have a catch. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Chasen Cash, the first baseman, coming to the plate. He walked his first at bat. And the pitch. Oh, and it's going to be a quick 1-2-3 inning here. Little trouble in center. Goes over to Corn right for the third out. So we head to the bottom of the fourth inning with a scoreless game. Be back shortly.
We go to the bottom half of the fourth with a 0. Good strike there, thrown by Jordan Stevens. And a quick 0-2 count on Tolentino. Short hopper is going to go to third. High throw, but back on the bag. Cash does a good job over there. 1 out for the Bobcats. This will bring up Daniel Bussaud. He walked in the second inning. Takes a strike. Stevens doing a real good job throwing strikes. Did mention in his 11 innings coming into this game, had 16 Ks, only 5 bases on balls, so he does throw strikes. And he's out in front again with a 0-2 count. Swung on, tipped into the catcher's glove. Good job by Wyatt Tallick, the catcher, for holding on to that. 2 outs now. And Bryce Habuda will step in. He also walked in that second inning. That was the best scoring opportunity for the Bobcats. With 2 outs, they had runners at first and second after 2 walks, but they couldn't do anything to generate a run, and score remains tieless here with a tie here in the fourth. Two hopper to second. And that'll do it for the Bobcats. They go down 1-2-3 here in the fourth. Quick moving ball game. Good pitching going on both. And we go to the 5th inning. And he does for the first out. If you're just joining us, it's been a quick-moving game. Only 2 hits, both for the Stallions from ABAC. Bobcats have a few walks, but really hasn't been that many scoring opportunities for either side. It's been a well-pitched game with Jordan Stevens on the mound for ABAC and Michael Savarese on the mound for the Bobcats. Both of them throwing strikes like right there, getting ahead of the hitters. Swings through that. 1-2 the count now with 1 out here in the 5th. Nobody on for ABAC. Curveball in the dirt. That'll even the count at 2-2. Joe Cooney, the right fielder, came into this game hitting .316. He's a good hitter. And he shows it there with a base hit up the middle with 2 strikes. So ABAC will have a runner at first with 1 out here in the 5th. Bring up Cameron Campbell, the left fielder. Bobcats looking for another one of those 2-hop turf double play balls. They got a couple in the first 2 innings. Savarese falls behind now 2-0. Good pitch there on the outside corner. We mentioned the field here at Withlacoochee River Electric Co-op Park has a short porch and right, so you will see the pitchers try to stay away from these left-handed hitters. And that's away, but a little high, so it's going to go to 3-1 on the count. 3-1 count, runner at first, 1 out. The ball's hit into the gap, and it's going to fall, so that'll be a base hit. And the ABAC Stallions have a good opportunity here in the 5th with runners at first and second, 1 out. Bring up Wyatt Talek. Talek, a good hitter, comes in at hitting .333. That ball looked like it may hang up for the center fielder for the Bobcats, DeGespie, but played it on a hop. So runners are at first and second. That ball's fouled away. And for the fans tuning in from ABAC, we talked a little bit about them being from Tifton, Georgia, a little bit about their school. Here at Pasco-Hernando State College, we have about 9,300 students currently. We also have 5 campuses, this being the biggest campus in terms of footprint with the size of the campus and also by enrollment. That ball swung on and missed. Or I think it might have been a foul tip, Steve. So the count will be at 1-2. Like ABAC, we do offer some baccalaureate degrees, but only 2. We do not have on-campus housing. It's been talked about over the years, but we've never been able to make that happen. And most of our students do transfer on to the state university system here in Florida. So the majority of our students are associate in arts degree seeking, and then they transfer on to the universities. A lot of our athletes actually transfer all around the country and find different programs to play in, most of them receiving scholarships. Our coaching staff does a good job at placing them at the next levels. That ball's up high, so a 2-2 count now with 1 out in the 5th. ABAC runners at first and second. Best scoring opportunity here for ABAC. And Savarese misses that one down low with the off-speed pitch. 3-2 count. See if he gives in here to Wyatt Talek. Talek should be looking for a pretty good pitch to hit here. Oh, he got one, and he swings through it. So that'll be the second out of the inning. Good job by Savarese there. He gave in with the fastball, but put it on the outside part of the plate. And Coach Coleman will tune in. So we'll go to our booth here. Hi, everyone. I'm Bob Bade from Pasco-Hernando State College, and we've got a meeting at the mound with Coach Coleman, head coach of the Bobcats. He's going to bring all of his infielders together. I'm sure with 2 outs, he's probably telling them to get dirty, which is kind of on the turf. You really don't get that dirty. I guess you get some pellet marks when you skid across the turf, but you know, that's an old term of getting dirty, diving for a ball so that you can at least keep the run from scoring. Even if you can't come up with the play at first, you can keep that base runner from scoring from second. So runners at first and second when we resume for ABAC, and they're still looking. Good opportunity here to score. We got Quentin Rawls stepping in, and he does have a hit in his first at bat. So he's one of the Stallions with one of the 3 base hits today. That ball is pulled foul. It's a quick 0-2 count. Let's see if Savarese can make him chase a pitch here with an 0-2 count. Probably won't see this one anywhere near the middle of the plate. So Savarese does go up top with the 0-2 pitch. That's a good job by him. You want to see if he can make that hitter chase a pitch. And now they went up and away. I'm thinking he's going to go low inside with some kind of off-speed pitch. He does, in the dirt. Good pitch to run on. So the Stallions will move up to second and third on the off-speed pitch in the dirt. This is pretty good baseball here, Steve. We got, you know, a good 0-2 pitch up and away, then a good pitch low inside on the off-speed pitch, but maybe ABAC, knowing that, had the runners in motion. That ball's fouled away. One good thing about good baseball, it's predictable.
Makes the job a lot easier.
It's just hard to beat teams that play well on both sides.
They got a base open here too, so
Good point. There is a base open, 2-2 count. And that might be the reason why we see that curveball in the dirt. 3-2 count now. And Savarese does not have to give in. He's got first base open with 2 outs. It is the top of the lineup after Quentin Rawls. And that's what happens. So Rawls will work the walk. And we'll go back to the top of the order with Kenton Collier up, the center fielder. Collier's 1 for 2 with a base hit in the first inning. See a little bit of action in the bullpen for the Bobcats. If you're wondering, the bullpen is beyond the right field fence here at this field. I think that's 4 straight breaking balls out of Savarese. Nowhere to put Kenton Collier here. Bases loaded, full of Stallions. Ball's hit off the hands, but it finds a hole. That's going to be one run, and they're going to hold up the runner from second. So the ABAC Stallions break out on top with a run here in the fifth. Still have bases loaded. Second baseman Bowman Horn is up. Horn has hit into a double play and struck out, so he's 0 for 2. Ooh, he swings through that one. 1-1 the count. Another ball up high, 2-1 the count now. You see pitchers with different preferences when they get the bases loaded or a runner at third, going from the stretch or the windup. And that ball's skied into left. And that'll be the third out. So the Bobcats avoid any more damage. They just give up the one run. At the end of 5, or at the end of 4.5, it's 1-0 ABAC. We go to the bottom of the fifth, where the Bobcats now trail 1-0 to the ABAC Stallions. That ball's ripped into right. Good job by Anthony Cole, the leadoff hitter for the Bobcats. He gets a hit. That's going to be the first base hit for the Bobcats. So it'll be Castillo and then top of the order for the Bobcats. Bobcats are aggressive on the base pass. I think I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, the Bobcats led the nation as of a few days ago in home runs. They also happen to lead the nation in caught stealing. So they like to be aggressive, but they haven't been too successful here in the early part of the year, but I don't think that'll stop them. They like to be aggressive on the base pass. Castillo squaring around but does not offer at it, so the count is 2-0. Jordan Stevens, your pitcher for the Stallions, has been good today, very good. Has allowed just the one hit, did allow a couple of walks, which was the only other kind of threat in the game for the Bobcats back in the second inning. But he's made good pitches when he's had to. And he's going to have to make a few good pitches here. He's dropping behind 3-0 to Castillo with a runner at first. And Castillo does not offer at that pitch, and he works a walk. So good opportunity here for the Bobcats as Castillo goes to first on the walk, and Cole will go to second. Runners at first and second for the Bobcats, and it's back to the top of the order with DeGespie coming up. And we'll have a meeting at the mound. So again, if you're just joining us, welcome to Withlacoochee River Electric Co-op Park here at Pasco-Hernando State College. We are just a little bit north of Tampa, Florida, and a site where many teams, I know in Georgia it doesn't get that cold in the winter, but we're a favorite location of a lot of teams this time of year with spring breaks coming up to come visit Florida and get some nice baseball in before they have to go back to their colder territories. So getting back to the action here with Dylan DeGespie, the center fielder for the Bobcats. Came into this game hitting .310 with 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. He did strike out and was hit by a pitch. And he takes that on the corner. Good pitch there by Stevens. Low scoring game, 1-0 here, ABAC Stallions. So the Bobcats may want to get these runners at second and third if they can on a bunt. Squares around, but the slider is down and away. 1-1 the count now. That bunt's up in the air and not caught, but touched. And the putout is not made at first. And Cole's going to come around and score. So good fortune there for the Bobcats. That bunt was a couple inches away from being caught. Would have been a great catch. But when the catch couldn't be made, the play was made at first, and they could not come up with the throw over to first, and that allowed Cole to come around and score. So it's 1-1 now here in the fifth, and still a good opportunity for the Bobcats with runners at first and second and no one out. Base runner's going, and he's safe at third, and a double steal as DeGespie goes down to second. So it'll be runners at second and third with no outs. Good opportunity here for Jake D'Altrui for picking up some RBIs. He does have 14 on the year. Fouls that one back. 1-1 the count. Aiden Korn on deck for the Bobcats. That ball's looped but out of play. Count will go to, well, they have the scoreboard at 0-2 now. So I believe the count is 0-2. Ball's hit sharply and through the left side. That's going to score at least one, and here comes the second. So 2 more runs for the Bobcats. We'll see how they score that. D'Altrui hit that ball real hard. Infielder was in at short, and they will score that in errors. So it'll be 3-1 Bobcats. Runner at first, and Aiden Korn up for the Bobcats. Well, that hits Aiden Korn, and let's hope he's okay. Looks like Korn will be okay. That's our trainer going out. Might just want to ask him a few things. He'll put him through a couple of tests here, make sure he's all right. And looks like Aiden Korn's okay, so that's good to see. He'll stay at first, and Bobcats will have runners at first and second now. The left-handed hitter, Luke Dickerson, will step in for the Bobcats. Still no outs. Good opportunity here for the Bobcats. They've already scored 3 in the 5th. It's 3-1 Bobcats. Runners at first and second. Dickerson going to square around a bunt. He fouls it off the left side. So Dickerson, the cleanup hitter, looking to move these runners up to second and third. And a nice bump by Dickerson. That could be trouble. And Dickerson's going to get himself a base hit. What a nice bunt that was. Sometimes hard to slow that ball down on this artificial turf, but Dickerson played down a perfect bunt. Going to pick himself up a hit. It'll be bases loaded, full of Bobcats, and Tolentino, the catcher, stepping in for the Bobcats. Tolentino, a couple of ground outs his first 2 at-bats. No outs here in the 5th inning. Ball's in the dirt. Now, if you're Tolentino, I'm sure he's looking for a ball middle of the plate, maybe a little bit up, so he can drive it to the outfield. Worst comes to worst, he can get a sacrifice fly, maybe find a gap. Ball's inside, 2-0. Nowhere to put Tolentino. Bobcats are full of the bases. That ball's up high, so now it's going to be a 3-0 count. We'll see if Tolentino gets the green light or if he has the take on. Good pitch there on the corner. Still a good pitch to hit here for Tolentino. Nowhere to put him. That ball's lifted into left. Going back. And that's going to be off the wall. 1 run scores for the Bobcats. Here comes 2 runs. And that'll be a 2-run double for Tolentino. Bobcats with a huge 5th inning. Fifth run comes across for the Bobcats here in the 5th. 5-1 now, and runners at second and third, and still no outs. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change for the Stallions. So Jordan Stevens will leave the game, and he deserves a good round of applause. He pitched a great game up till the 5th inning here, and William Richards will be the new pitcher for the Stallions. He comes in with a 3.18 ERA. It's his fourth appearance. He's got no wins, one loss, 5.2 innings. Does have 7 Ks and 5 base on balls in those innings. Bobcats are still at second and third here in the fifth. That ball's down low to Bussat. Bussat had a base on ball, and he did strike out today in his first 2 at-bats. Two-0 now, the count to Bussat. Good pitch there by Richards. 2-1. Another good pitch. Even count 2-2 now. If you're just joining us, a big fifth inning for the Bobcats, scoring all 5 runs here in the fifth. ABAC had scored their only run in the top of the fifth. Up to the 5th inning, it was really a pitcher's duel between Stevens and Savarese, the 2 starters. On to pitch now for ABAC is William Richards. And Richards, first batter he faces, he's going to walk. And now it'll be bases loaded for the Bobcats. Still no outs. And Bryce Habuda, the second baseman for the Bobcats, steps in. Habuda 0 for 1. He did walk in the second inning. Ball's in the dirt. Good play there by Wyatt Talek. Saved a run there with the block with that runner at third. This is the first game of 2. These 2 teams will play again at 5 o'clock. That's a strike to even the count. I didn't confirm with the coaches, but I believe the first game will be 7 innings. The second game will be 9 innings. In case you're wondering why they do that format, if the first game were to go into extra innings, the second game would be adjusted back to 7 innings. Ball's hit sharply. Could be 2. They got 1. And they do turn the double play. So no RBI, but another run comes in for the Bobcats. It'll be 6-1 now. Bobcats with 2 outs and a runner at third. Anthony Cole step in. He does have one of the Bobcat hits. He struck out in the second and singled. So he's 1 for 2 on the day. Good pitch by Richards. 1-2 the count. Runner at third. Bobcats looking to try to push another run across here. They've scored all 6 in the 5th inning. And that pitch is on the corner. Good pitch by Richards. Gets out of the inning. But not before the Bobcats score 6 runs. And at the end of 5 innings, it'll be 6-1 Bobcats. New pitcher on for the Bobcats. It'll be Sam Duvall, number 20. Comes into the game with a 7.71 ERA. This will be his 5th appearance on the year. Duvall in his 7 innings pitched has given up 2 base on balls, does have 7 strikeouts. That ball is hit to second, should be an easy out, and it is. 1 out here in the 6th. This will bring up Chasing Cash. Jason has walked and flied out to right. And there's another fly ball to right. It's fairly deep, and going back is Corn, and he's got it at the base of the fence. 2 quick outs here in the 6th. Bobcats were up to hit for a long time in the 5th, the bottom of the 5th, scoring all 6 of their runs. 6 runs, 5 hits for the Bobcats, no errors. And for ABAC, they have 1 run on 5 hits, and they did make 1 error. Good pitch for a strike. And Duvall is off the mark with that. Count goes to 2-1. So Michael Savarese for the Bobcats had a good outing. He went 5 innings, only gave up that 1 run. Savarese, if the Bobcats hold on, he would be credited with the win after going 5 innings. Good off-speed pitch there by Sam Duvall. 3-2 count now, 2 outs here in the 6th. Oh, gets him to chase the sweeping curveball. So that'll do it for ABAC Stallions here in the 6th. Bobcats be up to hit in a minute. We go into the bottom of the 6th with the Bobcats leading 6-1 over the ABAC Stallions. Daniel Castillo will step in. 0-1 the count. Dario Castillo, I'm sorry. Ball's grounded to first, and Cash will take that unassisted. One quick out here in the 6th. Bobcats will go back to the top of the order with Dylan DeGespy stepping in. DeGespy has struck out and hit by a pitch in fielder's choice. William Richards still on the mound for ABAC. Nice piece of hitting there by DeGespy as he lines that into center. DeGespy on at first, and Jake D'Altrui up for the Bobcats. On deck is Aiden Korn as the Bobcats getting into the meat of their lineup. Seeing if they can score another run or two as they look to provide some insurance runs heading into the 7th. Again, want to thank everyone for tuning in to our broadcast here on YouTube. Nice to have a great audience online. Count goes to 2-1. It's a pretty good crowd here on site. And it looks like we've got well over 30 people on our YouTube broadcast, which is great. Ball in the dirt, 3-1. I want to thank James and Tyler again. James and Tyler have been instrumental here at our college. They do such an awesome job with all of our audio visual, and they've been setting us up with our broadcasts and trying to train us on how to work everything, and they do a fantastic job. I want to really thank them. Yeah, ball misses. So D'Altrui works the walk, and now it's 1st and 2nd. Aiden Korn up for the Bobcats. Korn's last at bat got hit by a pitch in the 5th. He's also grounded out and struck out. Good opportunity here for the Bobcats with only one out, 1st and 2nd. Strike on the corner. In case you're tuning in from Georgia, the weather here, I don't know what it's like in Georgia. I imagine it's not too much different than here, but a little bit overcast today. The wind's blowing a little bit to left, but not too strong, but the flag's moving a little bit that way. Temperature says on my phone it's 74 degrees, but it feels a little cooler than that with this breeze blowing. Probably not too much humidity. Of course, here in Florida, we're used to high humidity for most of the year, especially during the summer. Korn with a big cut. Can't get it. 1-2 the count, one out. Again, this is the first game of a doubleheader. Second game is scheduled for 5 p.m. We are going to air the game, at least the video. I don't think we're going to have play-by-play, but we will try to broadcast the video of the second game. Korn takes that down low, works the count to 2-2. Luke Dickerson on deck for the Bobcats. Of course, if you're ABAC, you're looking for one of those nice two hoppers on the artificial turf and try to turn a double play. We've seen 3 double plays so far today. Ball's up high, full count. Oh, Aiden Korn with a good piece of hitting there. See if the Bobcats send the runner. They do, and the ball's going to be cut off by Cash. So another run for the Bobcats. Aiden Korn just is a good hitter. He He stuck in there on that off-speed pitch and was able to get the barrel of the bat on it. He's got strength, and he was able to line that into center with a 2-strike base hit to drive in a run. That's Korn's 15th RBI in his 12th game. So good season for him so far. Still runners at first and second. 7-1 now, Bobcats. And Luke Dickerson is in at the plate. Takes that ball inside. Bobcats now with 7 runs on 7 hits. They have not committed an error. For ABAC, 1 run on 5 hits, and they have 1 error. Been a well-played ball game today. Check swing, and he does not go. 2-0 the count. We have our women's softball team in the distance. I don't think you can really see their field from here, but they're getting ready to start a 4 o'clock game. That ball's on the corner, 2-1 count. So a lot of action here at Pasco-Hernando State College in Newport Richey, Florida. Again, we're just a little north of Tampa. That ball misses. 3-1 count, 1 out. And that ball misses outside. Dickerson works the walk, and that'll load the bases full of Bobcats. Eddie Tolentino, the catcher, will step in, and we have a trip to the mound for ABAC. There is some action going on in the bullpen. We can see the bullpen for the visiting team, and we're going to have a pitching change. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Far has given up 3 hits and 4 runs, 4 earned runs. Does have 2 strikeouts in those innings. So here we go, back to the action with the bases loaded, full of Bobcats. And that pitch is on the corner. So Robinson needs to throw strikes with the bases loaded, and he does just that. 0-1 the count. Umpire is going to give time to the hitter, Tolentino, and I think that signal is to restart the pitch clock, because there is a pitch clock here. The pitcher has to come to the plate within a certain amount of time, but obviously if the hitter calls timeout, steps out of the box, that'll have to reset. The ball is fouled right above us. Good job by Robinson. He's ahead 0-2 now. Only 1 out in the 6th inning. That ball just misses. 1-2 the count. Tolentino's grounded out twice in his first couple of at-bats. And that ball misses down low and outside. 2-2 now the count. Daniel Boussat on deck for the Bobcats. That could be a two-hopper to short. It is, and that's going to be a double play. So ABAC gets out of the inning without any more damage. But the Bobcats do pick up a couple more runs here in the 6th. And as we go to the 7th inning, it'll be 7-1 Bobcats. Sam Duvall will stay on the mound for the Bobcats here in the 7th. Joe Cooney will lead off for the ABAC Stallions. It'll be Cooney, Campbell, and Talek, the 3 scheduled hitters. Duvall throwing strikes. I'm sure Coach Coleman told him with a 7-1 lead here in the 7th to throw strikes. Duvall doing just that. It's an 0-2 count now. Probably look for something of a waste pitch here, maybe up and outside. Well, he gets a strikeout there on the off-speed pitch, so that's one quick out here in the 7th. Bring up Cameron Campbell, the left fielder. Campbell has struck out and singled, 1 for 2 on the day. Campbell came into the game hitting 300, so he's over 300 with his 1 for 2 today. Takes an off-speed pitch for a strike. Duvall doing a good job at throwing strikes for the Bobcats. That ball's inside. 2-1 the count. Want to remind the fans, this is the first game of a doubleheader. Second game is scheduled for a 5 o'clock start. They may move that up if this game ends quickly. We will have the video broadcast with no play-by-play of the second game. That's a strike on the corner. Duvall doing a good job battling back here. 3-2 now. Ball's hit sharply to first, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. Good job there by Luke Dickerson. He was able to knock it down and then pick it up quickly and take it unassisted. 2 outs now here in the 7th. Bobcats looking to pick up the win and end this 3-game losing streak they've been on. They came in the game at 4-7, so they're looking to pick up the win and move to 5-7. ABAC Stallions came out at 2-6. Still early in the year for both teams. You'd like to start off with a hot streak, but I'm sure, as we've all seen, it's better to play your best baseball at the end of the year if you can stay in it. Get into postseason play, keep healthy, and be playing your best baseball when postseason rolls around. 3-0 count, so Duvall, after getting ahead on a lot of hitters, he falls behind 3-0 here. Big cut. 3-1 count. And a pitch on the lower part of the plate, but for a strike. So now it's 3-2, 2 outs here in the 7th. Oh, and Duvall lets that one go a little high, so it's a walk. 2 outs, runner at first now. And Quentin Rawls will step in. He's had a good day. He had a single his first at bat, and he walked in his second at bat. So he's 1 for 1. Duvall go from the stretch now with the runner at first. That ball's lined into right, and Korn's not going to be able to get it. It's over his head. That'll be extra bases. Korn's going to hit the relay, and we're going to have no play at the plate as they hold up the base runner. So Quentin Rawls continues his good day. Picks up a double. He's got a double and a single and a walk. He's 2 for 2. Back to the top of the lineup for ABAC, and it'll be Kenton Collier stepping in, the center fielder. Collier's also had a good day. He's got 2 singles. The ball's hit in the hole. Nice play. Duvall over to cover, and they get the out. Nice play by the Bobcats on the right side. And we'll make sure that Collier's okay there for ABAC. He is. So a great play to end the game for the Bobcats. The final score will be 7-1 as the Bobcats take the first game of a doubleheader. I want to thank everyone again for tuning in to Bobcat Baseball on YouTube. And make sure you join us for the second game. Second game is scheduled for 5 o'clock. And we will be on air with video, no play-by-play. But tune in for the second game of this doubleheader. And thanks, everyone, for tuning in to Game 1. For Bobcat Baseball, I'm Bob Ade, signing off.